here. So right now I am picked up I'm in a van. I'm going to a tour at the Demilitarized zone, which is like the area in between North and South Korea, which is pretty much like as far as I'll get to North Korea, I think. And there's like a tour over there, and there's some place called Freedom Bridge, and there's all these things to see, and it sounds really awesome. So I booked a tour, and it's like 7:30 in the morning here, but it's good. So I'm excited. I just got the DMZ brochure. Here are the things that we're going to do. Pretty cool. On the bus. It's a really pink bus. Really pink. Really, really pink.
That's all going on now. Working there right now. とかでカメラを落とした方いらっしゃいませんか？カメラ。
It's nice to meet you. We are at the DMZ Pavilion, and I just came back from underneath the tunnels, and I thought that we couldn't take any pictures or anything down there, even though I don't think they really cared. Third tunnel. Oh, okay, I guess this is they found 4 tunnels from North Korea to South Korea. The North Koreans made. I guess this was the 3rd one that they found. It was pretty interesting. The guy was telling us that the way they found these was they were drilling holes, like that South Korea drilled holes in the ground and filled it with water so that like the pressure from the dynamite from the mining or something would make it explode. I don't know. It's something like that. Because I didn't get really like a picture of it or anything. We just got back from the tunnels and we had to wear hard hats and everything. And for a very good reason, because when you walk through the tunnel from South Korea to North Korea, it's very low. Like, I'm only 5'1", and like the ladies from Singapore that I'm with, they're shorter than me. And so we didn't really have much of a problem, but everyone else had to crouch really low to not hit their head. And picture? Okay. A few minutes, you would hear the sound of plastic hitting either like rocks and metal. You'd just hear like a plastic like thud. And if it were a girl, you'd hear them go, ah! And if it were a boy, you'd hear them go like, oh. Although this one guy must have really nailed the pole because he was like, ah! And it was a really loud thud. And I kept thinking, man, like, what dumbasses. And then, like, about 30 seconds, maybe probably less than that, after I thought that, I hit my head on the pole. So, yeah, so I hit my own head, and my hat almost came off. And so that goes to show you how low these bars were that I even hit my head. So, yeah. The guy taking the picture is the tour guide, and these people are the people on the tour with me. They're from Singapore, and they're pretty awesome.
This English, okay? Border.
Okay.
So here's also China, and then North Korea border.
Oh, this is China.
Oh, this is China. It's North Korea. So here's Russia now, Russia part, China part. So a lot of the North Korea refugees escape. They're using it this way, and then get to China, to Laos or another country. Oh yeah. This one.
No.
So if you go inside there, you can see the George W. Bush memorial picture or some memorial signature. And then the end of line for memorialization stamp ticket booths you have. So you can make like a stamp on airport, okay? But don't make on your passport. Times we can train.
So I guess that this is the Inter-Korean Railway with, to the right, going to North Korea, and to the left, going to South Korea. And here are these people walking around on the tracks. I guess that there's like no train coming, so they can just crawl around as they please. And here are a bunch of people from like, some Korea University tour. Okay, let's see here. So apparently this place right here is where all the trouble is. Apparently this used to be part of South Korea whenever it was like the 30th parallel was the border, but now they have this demilitarized zone and everything. Now it's on North Korea's side, and so they had like a factory or some kind of something over here, some kind of industrial something, where like South Korea ran it, but it was in North Korea. But apparently there's been all sorts of problems with that, so yeah, so I think that's the issue with that. I thought this is kind of neat. Okay, so here is this chocolate soybean that the DMZ is apparently really famous for. It's like a big deal. It's only one DMZ chocolate, people keep saying. So I'm gonna try this chocolate and we'll see.
The same Sanjay one. This one is 7,000 won. The box
Interesting.
1,000 won.
Very, very interesting. This is a bell. Some sort. It's hard to see. Yeah, it's a bell. And it is apparently the peace bell. Freedom Bridge. Okay. Freedom Bridge. South Korea.
Here's a Panmunjom JSA military conference hall.
Panmunjom is a place.
Both sides, south, north. The building is half south, north, okay?
Annyeonghaseyo, everybody. So today was a very eventful day. I went to the DMZ, and the guy who did our tour, he was really great. Like, he knew a lot of stuff. I really felt like I learned something on this tour. Like, I saw a bunch of stuff. I saw North Korea, and I learned a lot. So, and I made a bunch of friends who are Indian from Singapore. So, I mean, it was a day well spent. So how many of you know the whole, like, North Korea, South Korea thing? It's been going, like in World War II, Japan had taken over most of, like, the southern part of the Korean peninsula. And, like, communist Russia had, like, the top part. And so after U.S. bombed Japan and, like, took over all that stuff, we kind of, like, took over Korea for a little bit and, like, helped them, or something like that. And so that's why, like, there's that difference, why up there it's, like, communist, and why down in the south they have, like, a president. Then in 1950, whenever, like, North Korea invaded South Korea, and he said, like, they had taken over every area of South Korea besides Busan, which is down at the very bottom is where like the really nice beaches are that I'm gonna go to later on. And so South Korea asked the UN for help, and that was like the Korean War and everything. And I think in 1953 they said that is a ceasefire, so it's still technically in war. Like the war never ended or was never over or anything. Also, there is like this whole big dispute over this area. It's called Gay Song. That's what it was, and it's like in the news. Okay, so here is like North Korea. Um, so this blue line, that's where the border was, and so there's a city called Kaesong, which is right here. And so they used to be in South Korea. This right here is the demilitarization zone, the new one. So under this, it's like after they made this area was now part of North Korea. So there was a South Korean industrial complex here that they still like own and stuff. Yeah, so they have North Korean workers there, and so they work together in that complex. But a few months ago, they stopped. The way he put it was they stopped talking, North Korea and South Korea, and so they closed it down. And so I think it's like in the news recently that they're like talking about reopening it. Like he was like, "Oh, check your news tonight." So it was really good. It was a really good tour.